Hello everyone, welcome to our channel and thank you so much for continuing to support our work. Remember to subscribe, share and comment. Today we're still on the Samaritan and we're looking at Act 3, Scene 3. We've named it Tension, Judge Jaden's Blackmail. The scene begins on Monday, 2 days after Miss Nichols' arrest while at work at Sagranta Secondary School on Friday. It's already late in the afternoon. At Madingo Golf Club in the Junko room, the arrangement of the room resembles the previous one. The mayor is seated. On the table is his hat, 3 mobile phones and a walking stick. A waiter walks in shortly and places a soft drink and 2 glasses on the table. Inspector Bembe joins him few minutes later dressed in full police uniform. He places his scepter and beret on the table before sinking heavily on his seat. He is confused and confesses to the mayor that he is doomed. He is convinced that these are his last days. His stomach has been running since the Samaritan came to town. Being diabetic, he believes he cannot survive a week in prison. He prefers death to being an inmate or a homeless person. The mayor encourages him to keep up the fight, claiming whatever is happening is normal. Nature of wars, and there is so much hope about the future if they can manage to survive the tough crisis brought about by the Samaritan. Inspector Bembe brings to the mayor's attention that he had managed to talk to Miss Nicole the previous Friday as agreed, but unfortunately she proved stubborn and refused to comply, which pushed him to arrest and arraign her in court. That is earlier in the day, with claims of disobeying authority and stealing the school's generator charges. With a word of arrest spreading far and wide, thousands of protestants from all walks of life gathered at the court premises from, that is, tots, hawkers, students, men and women. Fortunately for the public and unfortunately for the municipal leadership, Judge Jaden dismissed the case, setting her free to the excitement of the whole world. Inspector was badly embarrassed. The thugs he had sent to steal the school generator had failed him big time. Worse still, his bosses at the headquarters also summoned him to explain the accounts of the teacher's arrest and charges. He is overwhelmed and confesses to having run out of ideas of settling the Samaritan matter. He wants to disappear in the mountains. Currently, his knees, elbow, and head are aching. He badly fell down that morning after stepping on his shoelace, which entangled him. Mayor Mossi consoles him. He promises him that things will get back to normal. This is just a season, as they say, when bad luck chooses you as a companion. Even a ripe banana can knock off your teeth. Mayor Mossi acknowledges his shock on the solidarity displayed by members of Maracas municipality that morning at the court's premises. He declares Miss Nicole a force to reckon in the municipal. He also thanks him for ensuring Honorable Ramdai and his team was unable to conduct a meeting to pass the motion of no confidence to him. He promises to improve his provision in the upcoming fight. To make round 2 of the smoke that thunders felt, he pledges to getting the group more mattresses, tires, sacks to burn during the occasion. Diesels will also be provided to help burn a couple of trees at the town center. Inspector Bembe tables his fears concerning a rumor from his former colleagues about the Anti-Corruption Investigation Bureau coming to the municipal for the investigation about the ongoing matters. Mayor responds and says their group's fate rests on Judge Jaden's desk. Although he had talked to him a while ago about convicting Honorable Ramdai and company, he seemed undermined. He called him and requested for a meeting, and he should be joining them anytime from now. Judge Jaden joins them shortly. The mayor welcomes him and thanks him for creating time to honor his requests. He responds and says he is good at utilizing his time, which is as a result of good upbringing and the good education he has. He also questions Inspector Bembe's presence, which he wasn't informed about. The mayor apologizes for the oversight and informs him that His presence, that is Inspector Bembe, will be of importance because the issues he plans to table involves him, and it is of so much interest to the judge for him to be present. He can hardly understand the latter. Inspector Bembe starts by informing him that he has no bad blood with him over his ruling in regards to the teacher because, after reviewing the matter, he thinks convicting her would have been a costly miscalculation. Judge Jaden brags about professionalism and begs the pair to go straight to the point and allow him to attend to other matters and appointments lined up for him during the day. Mayor Mossi is sorry to revisit a matter about Honorable Ramdai and Basdale's group conviction to avoid the passing of the vote of no confidence for him. He pleads with him to help them fight their Samaritan cases, even if it will be at a fee. They want him to process their case within a day. Inspector Bembe praises his law prowess and urges him to help them fight their matter in court by using words such as technicalities, ambiguities, urgency, benefits of doubt, and other powerful legal terminologies just to save their skin. Jaden makes it clear to them that he is a man of considerable learning and very mindful of his professional integrity. Thus, he is sorry he is not in a position to accept their request because he must make decisions that are within comfortable threshold and reasonable professional practice. He must be strategic. From this case, it's not possible and unfortunately not in a position to help them. He heads for the door and requests the bear to allow him to leave the meeting. Inspector Bembe and the mayor are anchored by his actions. The latter, rising to his feet, he reminds the Judge Jaden that, first, the Samaritan got all of them in a mess. To be precise on his case, he reminds him of the rats and the rodents in cages at Prime Orchard Farm, where he is a stakeholder, being reared and let loose to destroy the rice and corn farms. Although he tries to dissociate himself with the company, the mayor tells him it is unfortunately for him because he, the mayor, cannot afford to take the bullet for him. In a play within a play, the mayor orders Inspector Bembe to take an immediate action and starts to give instruction, or rather his statement. He directs him to secure the cages on the Prime Orchard Farm, arrest the owners and managers of the farm as well. Inspector Bembe promises to comply immediately. Few minutes later, Judge Jaden dusts his three-piece suit on the lapel with his hand and wants to know why the pair is intimidating him. He states to them that this can't work and wants them to stop using his name and that of his mistress IV as synonyms. The pair ignores his pleas and the mayor continues with his statement. Sometimes the previous year, Judge Jaden had sent his mistress IV to come to him with the name of being given a contract to help kill rats and rodents ravaging rice and corn farms in the municipality. The mayor declined it because there was no such an issue. Few weeks later, it got to the attention of his office that there were rodents which had invaded the municipal rice and corn farms and were seriously causing havoc. Before long, Ivy was back in the mayor's office with the same requests. Being a mistress of a senior officer in the municipal, the mayor gave her the contract where she was going to use pesticides, cuts, and supply these under vertebrate pest control company, which has been found to be registered under the umbrella of Prime Orchard Limited. However, the municipal council rejected the contract and insisted on competitive bidding of the tender. The judge advised his mistress to go to court on grounds that the company had already made commitments and procurements. Jaden, being the judge of the day, he stamped the situation on basis that the idea of single sourcing was valid in public interest given the urgency to safeguard the grains. Ivy ended up getting the contract whereas they were the ones rearing the rats, rodents, and letting them to go and destroy people's farms. They would once in a while kill some of them, parade them for people to see, bury them, then introduce more rats over and over. The main aim was to kill, quote unquote, kill domestic production and increase demand for important grains. Prime Orchard, being one of the biggest corn importers in the municipality, would thus benefit a big time. Fortunately, the opposition chief, Honorable Basdeo, and the deputy mayor got to know about it and threatened to expose the company. They termed it Rodent Gate Affair. To silence them, Ivy gave them dollars and also made them shareholders of Prime Orchard Limited. At some point, the company was sued for production of rats and rodents. Surprisingly, the matter landed on Judge Jaden's desk. Again, in a complicated ruling in reference to the invention of locusts as indicated or narrated in the Holy Book, he concluded that the occurrence of pests was a natural phenomenon and couldn't be associated with an individual or institution. With freedom to produce more and more rats and rodents, they found their way to the people and municipal stores. Now, they enjoy every presence of more rats and rodents compared to the number of grains, which has led to current food crisis. Inspector and Mayor makes fun of the rodents, which are said to huff and puff, have sense of humor, have an attitude, and the trained cats which were brought forth to kill them are said to have turned wild and can't eat rodents but prefer chicken. Inspector wishes to excuse himself and go to the station. He informs Judge Jaden that he will be sending his officers to bring him to the station to record his own statement about the matter. He assures him it's nothing personal. He's just doing his job of enforcing the law. Judge Jaden, shocked by the whole drama, tries to talk, but Mayor Mossi, while collecting his phones, hat and his walking stick from the table, he promises him, just like them, he must enter the role of dishonor. His image must be soiled. Following the judge's subsequent pleadings, Inspector Bembe asks the mayor if they can give him a listening ear. Mayor only promises to do it under conditions that the judge will jail Honorable Ramdai and Basdeo for their involvement in the grain scandal, and Honorable Sima and Ted for supplying air to the Maracas Council. To begin with, he will also be sending the lawyers acting for the Maracas Municipal to launch a case in his chambers the following morning for him to work on them. The pair exits the stage and leaves the judge on stage alone lamenting. He regrets getting himself into this. His ulcers are back, catches a smell of rats everywhere, and sees huge rodents all over coming for him. He feels fooled and is convinced these are his last days. This is the end. Thank you and bye for now.